I'm recording another trying OSSU curriculum video. I'm not using the headphones to record, and that's why the audio quality might be better. But my name somehow keeps on cutting out. I can't say Wilson completely. So in the past week or so, I have been solving the problem bank questions. I've solved all the questions in this BSL part, and then I have solved all the questions of how to design functions part, except the question 9 is left. But I have to say one thing, that in the how to design like the BSL problems, I was getting pretty much all of them right. But in how to design functions, I'm not getting all of them right. And it's not that I'm getting them fully wrong, but there are little things that I miss out. Like sometimes the purpose is not fully correct, or like the signature is not correct. The stub is wrong often. And it's very hard to know if you're doing it in the correct way without some examiner checking it. And I think this is why if you do get a chance to study at a university, I would highly recommend you do that instead of going to a boot camp or trying to do this self-study. Because right now I can't tell whether something is right or wrong. I asked the Discord group, but they can only do so much. But they are still pretty helpful, so I would recommend that if you're going to do OSSU, do join their Discord group as well. And this is one of the examples to explain what I mean when I say I don't get those things fully right. So in this question, you're working on designing a function and completed your signature and purpose. Write 3 stubs with different bodies that are consistent with the signature and purpose below. Put 3 stubs in the comment box. This is the solution. So define pluralize str, define pluralize strx, and define pluralize str an empty string. And what I did was one of the output was this string append, one of the output was this, and one of the output that I wrote was this. One of the stubs, I'm sorry, not the output. This is clearly wrong. It will throw an error. You can't use plus sign to add strings. You have to use string append. But this also is wrong, because the output is not a function. The output is supposed to be a string like this. So only this stub is correct because the output is a string. I've removed it, but I had also made a output with just s as a string, but then I removed it, and that was apparently correct because the output is a string and the input is a string. So stub deals with input and output, and these 2 examples are wrong, and I had to ask on Discord why they were wrong, and there wasn't anything to explain this. If you are at a university and a good quality university, then they will explain you why some things are right and why some things are wrong. But here I also want to caution you against going to a bad university, because then they will check your answers, and they will never explain to you why something is right or why something is wrong. So again, these videos, they become ranty in the end. But it is a problem when you're self-studying computer science. This kind of thing is a problem. In professional software engineering, it doesn't really matter whether your code is like clean and it has all the checks, it has all the tests, everything is working 100%. It just has to work. And I don't know if that is actually true, because I've never worked in software engineering professionally. I'm just building my SaaS, and a lot of YouTubers say the same thing, that when you're building an MVP, it doesn't have to be the best version. But it just has to work. and that may be true for software engineering. So, but I don't know if it's true for this kind of thing. But that's why it really helps to go to a good university or have a good mentor, and at least know when you are on the right track. Without that, you waste a lot of time, and wasting time is wasting money. Another example is this blue triangle. I've written wrong template and maybe stub. The stub is correct because again the output is a triangle, but the template is not correct because the template here is completely wrong, because this should not be I, this should be N, because here you have to describe the raw materials you're working it with. So it's also on the how to design recipes, how to design function recipe, that when you are making a template, you basically for primitive data like numbers, strings, and images, the body of the template is simply dot 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 x, where x is the name of the parameter to the function. Yeah. And so basically here the input is not an image, and it's a number, and I should have written a number here. And the signature also, you could see I have written number to image, but it's actually a natural number to an image. I did ask the Discord group whether this was correct or not, whether this version was correct or not. But I feel that again, like without someone properly evaluating it, it's very hard to know. So that's something you gotta keep in mind when you are doing these kind of questions. And this is what gave me a lot of difficulty. And again, now that we are purpose was always muddled up. It was never exact. All the other things would be very similar to the model answer, but the purpose it would always stand out. And here my purpose is to take a number n and create a triangle with the side n, which tells you what the function is doing. And here in the ideal solution, you have given a number, produce a blue solid triangle of that size. So they're not exact, but I don't know, they didn't describe it. And in some places they do, well, I think it was one of the area solutions where they say in the purpose they mention area should be length into breadth, something like that. So I thought, yeah, you have to mention, you have to be this explicit that it's going to be a side n and it's going to be a triangle with side n. But that's apparently not the case here. So it's things like these in which you feel that, yeah, there should be a tutor. Although, like I said, with software engineering, these things might not matter as much. You just have to get the thing working, and then it's good enough. Other than that, you have these solutions to the questions that I did. So here, more arithmetic expressions. So you have to write 3 times 5 times 7, and that's very easy. This I got wrong because I evaluated this, but you have to put this in brackets. This I got completely right. So you evaluate this by step by step. So 2 into 3 is 6, and then the rest remains the same. Then 8 upon 2 is 4, and then if you add that, then you get 10. And so every step, like if you run this, every step must result in 10. Then you have number 3, and this is also one of those questions which I said, yeah, you need someone to sort of guide you with the right answer. When I first solved this answer, then I made a function for beside, and then I put this in above. So you create 2 squares like this, and you put one above the other. I think that is self-explanatory. So with beside, you get a blue and a yellow square, and then you put above, then these 2 are put above them. And this is pretty easy. This is just a string append thing that I showed you. And here, here, based on two constants provided, write three expressions to determine whether image 1 is taller than image 2. So basically you use image height. This function is inbuilt. Then image 1 is narrower than image 2. So then you use image width. So you see which image width of image 1 is smaller than image width of image 2. And whether image 1 has both the same height and width as image 2. So you use the keyword or inbuilt function and, don't know what it's called. Then you use an equal sign and you are saying, yeah, image width of image 1 and image 2 and image height of image 1 and image 2, are they equal? And the answer is no. So you run that. So yeah, that's about it. And you could basically see that image 1, it's short, it's not as tall as image 2. Image 2 is clearly taller. Here you see image 1 is wider, so it's short and fat, and this is tall and thin. And then basically both, they don't have the same width and height. And yeah, that's about all for today. I don't know if I'll cover more, but again, I wanted to cover these things. Like, I might go through how to design function, one of them, and I'll show you how actually you follow the recipe and then you create these functions. But I was getting the purpose wrong very often. So that has been my progress so far. I will go through problem bank questions and how to design data. I'm thinking of doing some discrete math as well. I'm thinking like let's do the math first, because at the end of the day, software engineering, like I said, it's all about just getting your code working, and then math is a more precise subject and it's an older subject, so there's a lot of material related to that. I was thinking of doing discrete math first. But yeah, let's see. I'll keep you posted with what's happening. And that's about it. Like and subscribe. Consider donating through PayPal. I would really appreciate it. Peace out.